Hello, hey! Today I'm gonna be reacting to the colony of Slippermen. So it seems that this is like a little suite of three movements. And this is the 2025 remaster, and this is a song suggestion by the great James. So James has been a patron since January 2025, right? And he's been giving me a lot of amazing music. Right now we are exploring the Genesis 2025 remaster, The Lamb. Wait, what? The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. So it seems this is the last album that Peter Gabriel was in. And yeah, they did a remaster, and so far I have been in love with almost every song from this album. A lot of interesting stuff. Obviously, from all these songs, it seems that the Chamber of 32 Doors has been my favorite so far. Great song. I have listened to it like 1,200 times already. I love it. It touched deeply in stage. Right now, I'm in this stage of my life, so amazing song. So yeah, we're gonna continue exploring this album. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna react to this as a classical guitarist. So what I'm gonna do is I'll listen to the first round, right? So we play the whole video without stopping all the way until the end, and that's gonna be my reaction. Again, that first play I don't stop the videos, but the second time I will give you my first impression, things that caught my attention the most. I will give you an analysis, a review, right? And then we can come back to the beginning, we'll play and stop, and we can analyze the music better. There I take my, like I say, I play and stop. There we're just gonna analyze. And I try to give, my opinion as a classical musician. So something we have some theory, history. The best I can. I try to answer. I try to do the analysis the best I can. So yeah, we're just gonna enjoy this. So this is 8 minutes. Let's do it for the love of humanity. I almost pressed the to stop recording. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Very weird. So that's the arrival.
I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came upon this dirty street. I've never seen a stranger crowd, slumber gullions on squeaky feet, continually pacing with nonchalant embracing, each orifice disgracing, one facing me moves to say hello. Your skin's all covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide across each chin. his twisted limbs like rubber stumps. I waved in welcome, say please join in. My grip must be flipping, cause his handshake keeps slipping. My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time.
We love you, have tasty love. Don't be alarmed at what you see. You yourself are just the same as what you see in me.
Okay.
Like you. Like that.
Better watch it, son. Your sentence has only just begun. You better run and join your brother John.
You're in the colony of Slippermen. There's no one away. You get out if you got to ride. To see Dr. Dyke live on Sniper here without the wintry rider. John and I are able to face the doctor legs on the table. Say,
Understand why that's the end of your time.
Sound like King Diamond.
Places the number into a tube. It's a yellow plastic. Shoo-be-doo. It's as though your fingers may tingle. Got me safe in our bingo. Suddenly, black cloud come down from the sky. It's a supersized blackbird that sure can fly. The raven brings on darkness and night. He flies right down, gives me one hell of a fight. He takes the tube right out of my hands. Man, I gotta find where that blackbird lands. Look here, John, I've got to run. I need you now, you're going to come. He says to me, now can't you see? Where the raven flies, there's jeopardy. We've been cured on the couch, now you're sick with your grouch. I'll not risk my honey pouch, which my slouch will wear slung very low. He walks away and leaves me once again. Even though I never learned, I hoped he showed you some concern.
Probably a sound of the mouth, right?
I'm in the agony of Slipper Bay. I pray my army carriage will sustain. The chase is on, the pace is hard, but I'm running so very long with everything that I've got.
and then there's a connection to another song. I don't know where it divides for the three songs. I know that the Arrival, then which okay, first impressions. Obviously, we continue with a little bit of dark direction. The introduction, which I'm thinking this is the Arrival, is very, the last song is very experimental. And then we have a little bit more than we got when I visit to the Doctor, I'm guessing. And the Raven is a little bit more Genesis. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on that are very interesting. For example, there's a section where drums do something interesting with the double pedal, and also the guitar is maintaining a note, long note, very in the background. The voice is Peter Gabriel's voice. He have different techniques, different ways that he begin to sing. Well, yeah, I need to listen to it again because yeah, of course, there's a lot of things happens. There's some section with the I'm guessing it's the Mellotron that I like. But yeah, we're gonna go to the beginning because obviously I need to listen to it again. And now that you see my first reaction, then we can just continue. I mean, also probably it's that sound. It sounds like when people do noise with their mouth, it sounds something like that. But probably it's a wood instrument, I think. Yeah, probably it's that the wood xylophone or whatever. But now this introduction is very experimental, It does sound like a ritual on the Arrival. I guess, yes. But I'm trying to understand how the disconnect with a visit to the Doctor and the Raven. That's the question of the century. Yeah, very modern. Very weird, I would say. Very modern. When I say modern, it's very contemporary. Like it's kind of free, Yeah, I would say super experimental, dark, What does this have to be with the visit to a doctor? Yeah. Super interesting. Look at that. Listen to that. How do they make that sound? That's a guitar? Yeah, it sounds like a ritual, it sounds like some compositors, for example, the Caribbean composers of classical guitar, I would say. For example, there's a composition by Puerto Rican composer. It's called Crónicas de una muerte anunciada. No, he have a duo for flute and guitar. And anyway, I don't remember. It's a Crónicas of Descubrimiento or something like that. And I think they have 3 movements. And the first movement is like a ritual. And it sounds like this actually. And that reminds me of that. Also, for example, if you listen to Ernesto Cordero, Tres Cantigas, the first movement, it does sounds like this. Or for example, Saudade from Diaz, the number 3, right? The ritual, it sounds something like this. It's kind of like in other words, a lot of composers, they do modern composer. They try to thinking the ritual, like for the native, the way the native do it, and I don't know, it's something like that. And this reminds me of this. Now, how do I connect this with a visit to the doctor? That's a question that I'm wondering. And of course, like I say in every video, for me the lyrics, I cannot, if I'm processing the music and listening to the music in depth, I cannot listen to the lyrics. I listen to the voice, and voice, the sound of the voice, it makes part of what's happening in the music per se, but I cannot I can process the lyrics. And obviously English is my second language, so it's a little bit more difficult. I cannot listen to a song, and if I'm analyzing everything, I cannot analyze the lyrics at the same time. So maybe per se the lyrics have something to do with that, with the arrival. And Raven, I don't know where did the Raven begin. We're gonna figure it out, but yeah. Okay, so now we have. It's becoming so interesting. Baba di ba.
I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came upon this dirty street.
So the rhythm of the bass, the drum is interesting. This is 4/4, right? Pa 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 dum pa dum bum pa. Something. Let's listen to it again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came
Wait.
upon this dirty street. I've never seen a stranger crowd. Slippermen girls on squeaky feet.
But now I'm gonna listen to the instrument. What's happening? Obviously, we have the mellotron or keyboard doing harmonize that section, but then we have the guitar making something close to it. The guitar is doing arpeggios, but it's so internal. It's so there that it's kind of difficult to understand what's happening. Obviously, you have, if you're listening in stereo, you have all the piano here, the keyboard stuff, and then the guitar here. They're different things. Obviously, it's in the same, kind of the same range, right? Piano is higher, 1 octave higher, right? But it's so different it's so difficult to understand what's going on. So obviously, the guitar is doing arpeggios, right? And then we have.
I've never seen a stranger crowd. Slippermen girls on squeaky feet.
So in other words, you have two things here. You have two things going on here, and obviously it's kind of difficult to.
Embracing, each harvest is racing. One facing me moves to say hello. Your skin's all covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide.
I like what the bass is connected. So it seems that the bass is connected to the drum, because the bass is dum bum dum dum bum, something like that, right? That's related to what the drum is doing. But then we have the both of them are doing, they're together. Obviously, having just a bass by itself is just another voice, right? And then we have the keyboard and the guitar together, but they're doing different things, but it's harmonized. So yeah. So yeah, it can be complicated.
Right across each chin, his twisted limbs like rubber stumps. I waved in welcome.
We do even have a guitar in this side doing something different.
Say, please join in. My grit must be flipping, cause his handshake keeps slipping. My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time.
Okay. Here. Okay, let's hear this.
Must be flipping,
Let's hear
his
this.
handshake keeps slipping. My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time.
Peter Gabriel sounds like King Diamond, actually. Actually, and we do have a modulation in rhythm here. Now we're doing something different. Here the bass and the guitar is still together, but now the guitar, the bass and the drum is doing something different, but they're together. They're faster, and I like what the bass do. Let's hear it. Ahora modulation. That's so interesting. This is like the rock moment of the song. Oh, that's a beautiful chord there. Listen to that chord from the guitar. Then we go to something kind of different. Actually, this is kind of related to maybe the arrival. This is so interesting. Maybe this is Raven. This is Raven, I think. Or no. Because I hear something about Doktor. Oh man, he's changing his voice here. A transition here. Ooh. Alright, here we get to something very interesting. The drum is doing something that it can get you a little bit off of beat, but I want you to listen to the bass pedal. It does sound like they're doing the double, but it's not. But again, it's so weird. And then we have, here we have the guitar just having a feedback or something, a note that is just constant sounding. And then we have the keyboard doing harmonically an arpeggio. And then the drum is, I don't know what the drum is doing.
It's a yellow plastic.
You see? Something like that. The guitar is it's in the background, but you cannot, if you don't think about it, you will not notice that there's a guitar. But yeah, there's a note with a constant note, a guitar with a constant note. Yeah, so weird. That's the mellotron. I'm guessing that's the mellotron, right? And then we have the organ here. Organ sound is very refreshing to hear that organ sound. Oh. Yeah. And then we can come back. Maybe here's. Is this a Raven? Ooh. like that. I like that glissando of the voice. All right, but now we do some changes here. Maybe this is the Raven part of the song. Beautiful. I like that. Again, such an interesting motive here.
I'm in the agony of Slippermen. I pray my undercarriage will sustain.
So that's pretty much what I got. This is such a, and it's very interesting song. I mean, it's good to listen to it. Yeah, I think that again, this album have a lot of interesting thing in the sense that it's very variado. I would say have a lot of variety. How do you say that? A selection for every type of listener, right? Obviously, for me, it was a little difficult to find. Obviously, the introduction for me was very interesting. And then there's other things that were interesting, but it was a little bit difficult for me to connect with this song. I don't know why. But there was things that caught my attention, and I already mentioned to you about it. But yeah, good to listen to this song, and we're gonna continue exploring this album. So James, thank you so much. So for this, we have one more song from this album from James. And then later I'm gonna be doing more of this album because I want to listen to every song, and my main goal is that 48 videos, 48 songs. Oh my god, that's gonna be this album is long. So yeah, my goal is to be able to sit down and listen to the whole album without stopping. I know that that's a very different experience, right? But yeah, it's a dark album, very interesting. Very mature writing here. And yeah. So let me know in the comment what you think. Also check out Patreon if you want to do direct suggestions to me. And yeah, gonna see you around. So take care.